Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining me, and thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If I keep looking to my left, it's because I want to make sure that everything is okay. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I did. Relaxed a little bit, but I worked. And if you like the channel, please subscribe and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot as well. The first thing I'll go is because I may go through it, but I don't think it's going to be that bad in my area. Is Hurricane Ian? Yeah, it's going to cause some damage. I don't feel it's anything. Well, if you're on the path of a hurricane, I remember I survived a few when I was growing up. They were not fun. And this morning, I reminded of the very first one. The first one I experienced was Flora. I still remember that thing. I was really, really young, and we got lucky. It didn't. I mean, that thing was so strong, and the wind was howling. I thought at a young age that the whole house was going to take off. Well, picked up off of its foundation and go. Thank God that didn't happen. Phoenix Rise Renee says, I was born in Florida. Oh my God, that must have been scary. So, and after that, I experienced a few more, but it's an experience I don't want to have again. But thank God, I don't think my area, I'm sure we are within the envelope and the boundaries. And the place I feel, yes, Phoenix Rise in Haiti. I was there then. Oh my God. Jacksonville and those areas. So we got to pray for those people in the area, the Tampa area. Yeah. So hopefully, and I feel it may lose some of its strength. So keep our fingers crossed. The next reference is. It feels like to me, our media is getting around to realize, or at least admit and start talking about, will America remain a liberal democracy? I feel like saying yes, we will remain a liberal democracy, but it's not going to happen on its own. And Democrats, unfortunately, have to put it on our shoulders. We have to continue to go out and educate people that this is not a contest between Democrats and Republicans when it comes to policy. And also, the mainstream media is beginning to realize people like Schlapp are not our friends, or at least friends of democracy. When he brought Auburn into this country a month ago or so, and I predicted a long time ago, yeah, I said, well, are Republicans taking this country? Yes, Electra Stone says, our media stinks, Milu. Believe me, I agree with you. They should have been listening to me 5 years ago, or when I started. They would have known about a lot of things that are going on right now. In any event, it feels like all of them now are either admitting or realizing where the Republican Party would like to take this country. I feel like they're going to fail. But Democrats, I know there isn't that long. We don't have that long to go. But if you look at what Boebert is doing, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Gates, all these people, they are lowlifes. I'm sorry, okay? I don't like to call people that way, but that's what they are. And they think if they were to successfully change our form of government, just like what Trump is doing, they want the same thing, a Christian country. They don't understand. It's because they can't think any further than the tip of their noses. That's why they are going around propagating those lies. They want, a Christian centric country or some baloney like that. Uh, all they have to do is watch the behavior of their friends, their colleagues in Congress and in the Senate. They want to take, pretty soon, somebody wrote this morning, when will the Republican Party require that women start wearing hijabs? Well, I felt the same way as well. I agree with that person. But the point I'm trying to make is the media has a lot more work to do about educating people. No, I'm not talking about Fox, because Fox does not care. All they care about is making a dime. They don't care about America. And obviously, they will. They're not going to care about the country, but they're going to care about the content they are putting out. That's my prediction. And then the coming year or two. Okay? And yes, I would not be surprised. I don't know how this is going to happen, but the Murdochs are going to pay a price. Something is going to happen. It may even be throughout the world, wherever they are, or they have companies. Thank you very much, Bert, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you for the meme. Thank you for coffee. Yes. There is going to be an awakening. People, hi Teresa TK, are going to wake up and realize Fox News is a poison. It's not going to happen tomorrow. But you see, intuitively I feel what we are living through today, once Trump is taking off the picture and a couple of other people who are running around like, their hair is on fire, they are taking off the field, if you will, okay, then people are going to start analyzing who was spreading lies, who was spreading propaganda, all that type of stuff. And I predict Fox News, OAN, RSV or RSB, some Christian broadcasting, all those companies, they're going to catch flack. And yes, they're going to start saying, well, we didn't mean to. That's not what we meant. Baloney. But they are all going to pay a price for what we are going through today, for promoting Trump and his lies. And yes, there is a connection between Trump and Putin. And to believe that's what I feel. And yes, it's going to come out. Because, none of us are surprised the temerity, how tenacious Liz Cheney is because she knows what's going on, she understands, and she also is facing reality. She knows what her colleagues were doing behind the scenes. They all knew what was going to happen, and they were all in. It didn't matter. That's why Liz Cheney is determined, and it's not only her, but Kissinger as well. Those two are not going to give Trump a chance. I don't feel they're going to have to do much heavy lifting because Trump has so much going for him. The notion that he's going to run for president or he's going to compete against Biden is a dream. This guy right now, all he has left is hoping he can bully DOJ or everyone else from indicting him. It's too late. It's not going to help him. In any event, my prediction is all those people who think Schlapp, his wife, and his colleagues, Trump, all of them, who think they are going to be able to change our form of government into some kind of something like they have in Russia or China. I predicted their failure before, I'm even more sure today they will not succeed, because once Americans, a lot of us, like they say, we vote our pocketbook. That's what Democrats are gonna have to do. And once that gets through, like the media is beginning to talk about now, lately, okay, uh, and so many people are writing books, and none of those books, except for I forget the name of that guy who was that has something to do with economic council when Trump was in the White House. The guy, I forget his name. He just released a book not too long ago. He's been indicted, and he's complaining now. Something with economy that he had to do with. In any event, he was on Harry Marlborough and admitted that he made an analogy about football game. I'm trying to get to you guys to understand who I'm talking about. That guy, okay, except for him who wrote a book that's full of lies. I didn't see it. I'm not going to buy it. And a couple of other people who basically support Trump, but everyone else, they tell you, even people that used to work for Trump, are telling us that the guy is not fit. And it's true. And he's dumb on top of it too. And his family, they are all dummies. For people with that much money, they should be ashamed of themselves. How little they know about anything. In any event, I feel the schlaps, Trump, and others who think they're going to benefit if they were to change this country into something like they have in Russia. Urbanize this country. That's what they were trying to do. That's why they invited him here. I guess intuitively I feel that didn't go over very well for Schlapp. They're going to fail. That's my prediction. And as for Trump, the week is not going to get any better, nor the rest of this month. For him, I feel like saying everyone in government is fully aware. I mean, and most people, obviously, I was looking at the poll this morning, I feel it's too tight. But then again, as I was looking at the poll, it says 52 or 53% of people don't want Trump to run or something like that. I feel they've missed some voters, which we're going to find out next month. Young people and the tremendous amount of women who registered to vote. That's what I feel is going to save us. And somebody else said something and it resonated with me. She just published a book where she said something that the next coup attempt will not be done by a politician, but by the Supreme Court. And she went about explaining it. I didn't take the time to go through it, but intuitively it made sense to me. And that's why I've been saying to you guys, everything, McConnell, oh my God, you guys have heard there is a plan behind the scene now, some Republicans to get rid of him, among others. I just thought I would say that because I've been saying to you guys for a couple of years now, or maybe the last year, no, more than the last year, that he was going to be ushered out of the Senate unceremoniously with his tail between his legs. Remember, it's in the works. In any event, I feel like saying behind the scenes, everything that we see happening, I've said this before a few times, is well coordinated. And Trump said something that he was glad he was president. He didn't say because he could help the country. He met a lot of very, very rich people. Well, I got news for Trump. Those very, very rich people, they're not his friends because he's Trump or because he has some good quality they admire on him and him. They simply want to use him for their own, benefits, whatever it is they want. It's not going to happen. Trump is not going to be president again, and these people will be put out there. We will find out who they are. And he was proudly saying to Haberman that nobody knows who those rich people are. Yeah, we'll see. In any event, as I have said before, the reason why I'm bringing these things up is because if you can, that's to validate some of the things that I've been saying to all of you for a long time. These things are not happening without coordination. McConnell, McCarthy, or the senators in the Senate and in the House, okay, a whole bunch of people are involved, and then they have foot soldiers, at the state level. There is a coordination taking place. But as I'm saying this, when you see a mount, like sand, and all of a sudden it sinks, if the inside is hollow, the whole thing sinks in. That's what I feel is going to happen with all those people who are or want to destroy democracy. It's going to backfire on all of them. And I hope and I feel we will get a president who will tax them to the max because they have too much money. They don't have enough headaches. They are so well off. And if we are seeing the housing prices, like I've said a long time ago, it's being manipulated. Even the stock market today that's tanking. We're gonna have a rebound within the next week or so, because, again, they're gonna make it drop very low. They go in by a ton, and then the market is gonna pick up, and then they sell again. So I am expecting that. But the point I'm trying to make is, all those plans that they have for America, in order for them to be in control, it's going to blow up in their faces. All we're going to need going forward is those qualities I feel Biden has. This morning, as I was making breakfast, I was thinking about this. Biden has because of his experience, he's been in the Senate for so long. This guy understands all the different pieces, all the different parts to do. If it wasn't because of his age that a lot of people are holding against him, he has all the qualities of the person I'm trying to explain to all of you that would go after those very rich people and those who are trying to manipulate this country in a way. Because what they are doing is, if you can't buy a starter home, like I'm sure a lot of you have seen in the newspapers, you've lost your financial footing, all those things. Okay, you're going to turn on democracy and hoping that, if we go to Putin's way, the government will, give you a couple of dollars and send you somewhere, go scrape bottom. They are basically trying to do away with the American dreams, thinking it's going to be good for them. My prediction to them is it's not good for them, nor their health. Because a lot of them, they have their foot soldiers walking around promoting or saying they're already armed and they're going to start a civil war. I don't think it's going to, I feel my prediction is they will lose that civil war as well. It's not going to bode well for all these people who wants to, because they have enough money, they're going to create this country. They want to change this country into their image. And that's what Trump was talking about. Trump is going to fail. He's already on his way to prison. and there is no getting out of where he's at. I don't even see God doing a miracle for him. Never mind. But McConnell is going to go. Trump is going to go. Those rich people who are selfish, who only think about themselves, there are ways to deal with them, and they would be dealt with in time. And the notion that they're going to turn all of us into their little, slaves will fail as well. That's my prediction. And somebody brought to my attention something I've said last week, and I've said it a couple of times, that I think I've said it last week, that don't be surprised. I think it was Artist who asked me about she, and I said, don't be surprised if we wake up. I think that's what I said. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Don't be surprised if one day we wake up, he's gone. From what I understand, they had something going on in China over the weekend, and he's somewhere holed up. They've stopped flights, and among other things, there is some kind of military event that's taking place in China. I'm not surprised. And the other thing is something I've heard this morning in the news that, two major events in Russia. A young man that was called up to go serve in Ukraine basically went to the office and shot it up. They're going to have more of those. And never mind the soldiers, people who fought in Ukraine. As I mentioned this before, people who fought in Ukraine, that when they go back to Russia, they're going to create problems. And some of them are angry because of the position that they were put in. Lose position. These people, they were cannon fathers. They're not going to be happy. And also there is someone else who killed, just like we have shootings here in schools, he killed 15 kids. So there are a lot of things happening in Russia, and they are all connected with what's going on in Ukraine, one way or the other. And yes, it's going to get worse. And no, there is no escape for Putin. That's my prediction. Just like Trump, he has reached the point of no return. And a lot of people are saying, like he said, he's not bluffing. When you wish you could do something, and every time, no matter, you look around and try to see how to go about doing it, and it's not going to help you. That's where Putin is right now. I heard that he went to some mansion he has in a forest somewhere. Yeah. I feel like saying he can run all he wants. He can't hide. And he knows it. Him and Trump. Linda Pruitt says, Milo, please have a look at Sweden. They just elected a right-wing prime minister. I believe they did the same thing in Italy too. For some reason, I'm not worried about these people. They can be all right-wing they want. Italy, I'm not worried because they've had right-wing government there before. I'm not saying this, to like a blanket accusation against all Italians, but just like Mussolini, he thought Hitler was strong and sided with Hitler, and was wrong. But I don't feel those governments are going to last. I don't know how often they have elections in Sweden or the form of government. I wouldn't worry about those people. Whoever the prime minister is, he's not crazy. Martin H. S. Milu, I really feel the meaning of democracy should be defined and discussed more. I agree with you. Unfortunately, there are so many people who don't even know exactly what democracy is. Yeah, you're right. And that's why they're playing with fire. Schlapp and those people are trying to con them. Into believing if we allow Trump or DeSantis is gone. One of those people to change our form of government, it's going to be good for us. Yeah, right. No, it's not going to happen. The thing is, look at DeSantis. He's going to continue to double down because that's what Republicans do, just like Russia, just like Putin, not Russia, Putin. Okay? And it's going to continue to explode on his face. Americans are not going to tolerate those behaviors. Yes, he has a base who would follow him into the snake pit, just like the MAGAs are following Trump into the snake pit. That's about it. This is, well, I don't see how DeSantis is going to run for president because his competitors are taking notes. I mean, I know he's on the same page as Cruz, Rubio, and these people. They all, they are the type of people, the self-centered, selfish, okay? They're just taking advantage of the situation. That's all. They are losers. EGC says not Sweden. It is Italy election and Sweden a while ago. Oh, okay. Thank you, EGC, because that's what I thought. I thought it was Italy I heard this morning. Sweden, I didn't hear about it. That's why I said I don't know anything. I didn't feel it was going to succeed. So, yeah. Oh, that lady in Italy? Nah. Oh, God. I heard that this morning. I was watching Morning Joe when they started talking about it because I was still in bed. When you wake up, the first thing I do, I usually wake up around 5:30. And when they started talking about her, I just turned over and dozed off for a couple of minutes because that's how much attention she's getting from me. I don't feel this woman is gonna, Well, first of all, I don't think she's as bad because I'm looking at her. I didn't feel threatened. And the other thing I feel like saying, she's not crazy. No leader wants to be associated, except for Trump, wants to be associated with Putin. Look at she's running as far away as he possibly can from Putin because he knows Putin is a loser. And everyone else, except for that guy next door to Putin, I forget his name, and I forget the name of the country as well, but I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. He's right. Ukraine shares border with that country. So, no, that woman is not going to do anything. And don't be surprised if she lasts maybe a year, if that long. I don't know how long, but from what I understand, they changed prime ministers in Italy. They have a coalition, and that thing can fail. And I feel that's what's going to happen to that lady because I keep getting Belarus. Thank you, Mary Hanson. Belarus, yes. Yep. Thank you, T.H. Watson. Yeah. I don't see anybody who want to be, associate with Putin and any of those people. Joel Tilson is asking, Ginny Thomas going to jail? I don't think so. I'm not seeing jail. What's going to happen is Thomas is, reputation is, as if he had such a great reputation, you know what I mean? But this may cause him or force him to resign from the Supreme Court. Although he's just like Trump. And also, as I'm saying this, I'm being shown a whole bunch of people behind the scenes that that will encourage him not to resign. But this thing is going to take a life of its own. This whole Ginny Thomas thing, yeah, they're going to drag them. They deserve it. Every little thing. They're going to be scrutinized. Let's put it that way. Okay. Let me see. I wrote something, I believe. Let me see if I covered it. Somebody asked me to look at the Federalist Society. I said something a little earlier. I did not include the Federalist Society. Those, and I put, okay. Remember I was telling you guys a little while ago, the super rich that are manipulating, pulling strings, and doing everything behind the scenes that we don't know about. The Federalists is part of that people because they are funding those organizations to pull strings, to place Supreme Courts and stuff, justices in the Supreme Court and do all those things. That's all part of that situation. Okay, and as I was reading that question again, I'm seeing Senator Whitehouse. And I said it not too long ago, he will succeed in shining the light on the things that these people are doing. So, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I would not be surprised if they dismantle those organizations. Yeah, because like I said a little while ago, right now we are in the middle of the fight. We don't have time. We're not taking the time to analyze everything. Well, the media's fault because they have so many ignorant people working for them. Unbelievable. To analyze everything that's going on and how all the pieces fall together. Okay? But I feel at some point, when Trump is neutralized and everyone around him who are trying to change our democracy into some kind of something resembling what Putin has in Russia, once this is over, I don't know exactly how this is going to be done, but just like I was mentioning, talking about Fox News and all those news organizations that are promoting Putin's propagandas, those organizations as well are going to suffer the same consequences. Okay, I don't know how exactly it's going to happen, but they're going to be defanged. Right now, they have a lot of influence. I feel like saying the next 3 to 4 years, they're going to be less influential. And I'm being shown the Senate and the House. We're going to have people, leaders, who are the complete opposite of McConnell and McCarthy. They are going to be, and yes, it's going to be talked about. And we don't know yet, the media has not started to scrutinize McCarthy and McConnell yet, how much responsibility they bear for what we're going through. The way they went about tolerating Trump's behaviors. But that's coming. But we're going to have people who are right now very disgusted about the type of leaders we have in the Senate and the House. They're going to run for office. They will win. And they will, I've said that a long time ago. This whole team of people that we see in Congress right now, those election deniers, whether in Congress or in the Senate, Trump supporters, they're going to be gone. I've said that before. and new people are going to rise in leadership positions. And yes, uh, oh God, what I'm seeing, I can't. I don't know if I can say this, but I'll put it the nicest way I can. Figuratively speaking, the way they're going to treat McCarthy, and these people who are tolerating the Marjorie Greens of this world and Boberts, let's put it that way. I'm trying to find a nice way of saying it. They're going to be, well, they're going to make sure, I'll just put it this way, make sure these people are ashamed of themselves. And yes, they will treat them as pariahs, lowlives, garbage. They will be blamed for what's going on in America today. They are not going to get away with just retiring and be able to go back to Washington and work as lobbyists. It's not going to happen. I'm seeing McConnell and others who have been, who basically, because they wanted to serve the super rich, okay, and also change this country into what they believe in, they will be told to their faces what they've done. Yes, it will be embarrassing. It's not going to be a nice period. It's not going to be a nice period for these people when everyone sits back, analyze, and study what those dummies, incompetent politicians are putting this country through today. They've lied to their base, they've lied to their supporters, and now they are terrified of them. And yeah, it's going to come back to root. My prediction. And yes, even if I'm old, even if I'm in my 80s, I'll be laughing at them. Yes, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting to watch. And McConnell, like I said a little earlier, plans are already in the work. And I mean, it's not going to happen. But Marjorie Greene wants to boot McCarthy. But the guy, I feel, in fact, I've said this before, there is an article. I don't remember, but if you guys, there is an article on the Microsoft MSN. I believe it's on the MSN website. Okay, with a picture of McConnell on it. I didn't read the article, but it simply reminded me what I have been saying to all of you for a long time. Yeah. They are questioning how long he has in the Senate, and they're going to usher him out. Not so nice way. So let's see what happens. It's yeah, if you go onto the MSN site, you will see it. And I've been saying it for a while. Yeah, they're going to boot him out unceremoniously. All right, friends, thank you very much for spending time with me. Today is Monday. I will be back later. So, you can ask political questions or personal questions later. Thank you, chat managers, for your help, and thank you, everyone, for your support and for spending time with me. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilo.com, or you can call me on my YouTube number or send me an email. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. If you like the channel, please subscribe and also tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. It would help me a lot. Again, thank you. I will see you all later this evening, same time. Till then, bye.